Some people are eager to die or imagine that when they die at the funeral they will be appreciated. That's the imagination. Some people are eager to live for a wide variety of reasons. They may have a desire towards something material, pentacles, or something ideological, swords. Or it may be a pure curiosity about what emotions, cups, and what energy wants will arise. But with non-attachment, you're not eager to live or die. Your eyes are wide open, your heart is wide open, you're receptive to whatever happens. You're perhaps a little tired of fighting so much, fighting to insist that you should live. It doesn't mean you don't enjoy living, but it might mean you don't enjoy living. But it's a separate question about, I'm just handing it over. And there are different circumstances which create that handing it over. The most common one, of course, is that death is just not fighting it anymore. And in our culture, we see that as terrible. You're supposed to keep fighting, keep the light, keep it bright. And that also is linked to insomnia. And so, when you look at the call, trial, return, bardo, you can look at the call as the bottom of the tree of life, the manifestation. You come into being. And then the trial is the tension through the imagination between the left and right sides. We're trying to find balance, right? So we come into the universe with trusting the universe. And that may be challenged, and we have to have compassion if that is challenged. That's where cults come from, it's compassion over losing trust. But then, as you leave the call and you enter the trial, the call is anything that's new, your life or a particular chapter or anything, the daytime. And then you move through that summer period after the spring, and you may be seeking balance, but because you're craving unity with something, and it could be an image, it could be pentacles, it could be swords, a particular emotion you want or not to have, then you're not seeking parity, you're not seeking the balance, you're not seeking sphere 6 on the tree of life. So you've got that tension. But as you enter the fall, the judgment, the third chapter, or the third phase, whatever you want to call it, that's where you may attempt to prejudge yourself. You can think of it as moving through a very fine filter. And in order to enter the bardo, whether it's death or sleep or anything else, a place where there's no direction and no boundaries, you got to shed all the stuff that is not appropriate for the bardo, everything that's related to boundaries and direction. You have to shed the ego, right? Otherwise, you could freak out. That's ego death when people have it and they're not ready for it. So, if you try to pre-filter yourself out of fear, or out of fear of judgment, you're trying to align with a supposed judge, then that's fawning in life. But in this particular situation, it's fight or flight, or freeze. And there's just some kind of tension, some kind of resistance. But if you're just handing it over and you're willing to lose your identity, lose your life, lose your idea, lose your train of thought, lose your status, lose your position, lose your money, lose your ideology, you're just saying, whatever you want to take from me in that filter, I'm a camel going through an eye of a needle, and you can take whatever you want. And if you can get to that space, it's the paradox of you're wide open, but you're also allowing yourself to be stripped away. If you share anything, even a profound idea, out of a desire to prove your worth, then you actually can dilute the power of that idea. You don't need anyone to know the idea that you're handing over. That's just like you're handing over your life and your ego, you're handing over the need to share the information or even to keep it.